Hello, my name is Ray Gehring, guitar teacher here in Brooklyn, New York, 11215, in case you are in the area. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Before I begin, my wife reminded me that I'm not asking people to like and subscribe, so if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and so would she. All right, business done. This video is going to be about taking a very, very simple chord that you probably know already, or at least I'm assuming you know it if you've begun guitar. We're going to sort of expand the A minor chord. We're going to take this in several different directions, but for now, what I want to do is focus on how do we get more mileage out of these chords so we can get more flow into our playing. Certainly when you're a beginner or even advanced, it's a great way to find new chords for songs, find new mood, new character, new weight to a composition. So anyway, we'll just start with a simple A minor. Some of the easiest things I can do first to alter this chord are to remove or add fingers. And in this case, I'm going to remove. I'm going to take my ring finger, the third finger, and I'm going to take that off. And there I have an A minor 7. It just changes the character of it a little bit, changes the color, makes it softer. All right, what I like about this is that for beginners, they keep their hands down longer on the instrument, and they're learning how to keep fingers or keep the fingertips from the back of the fingertips from touching the open strings. So instead of just when you begin learning guitar, or even whenever you're playing an A minor chord, you might want to add a little character to it. So that would be step one. Step two, let's add a note. We're going to add the exact same note except an octave higher. Here we have the open G. So here I'm going to have a fretted G, higher G. Take the standard A minor, and again we can take off the third finger for an A minor 7, or we can add our pinky to the G note, which is the third fret of the first string. Same chord, but has a completely different character. So all we're doing is taking it from a lower octave, soft, to something a little brighter by putting that same note higher, and you can put them together to get even more mileage. Now I'm going to show one other thing that we can do. We take the A minor, we can simply lift off our first finger, and we have something called an A sus2. Don't worry about that. In fact, don't approach any of this from a theoretical perspective. Just set that aside. I want you to see this as a creative exercise and a way to make things up. I want you to create something from these chords. Next step is going to be just taking my pinky from the G, sliding it back a fret, and then off or open. Third fret, second fret, open. All right. there's that. One more thing I'm going to add to that. And this, I think you could say, has sort of that almost stereotypical sort of spy sound, but this is it. Taking my first finger and flatting it over the C and F, and then open. So right away, those are several things that you can add to that one chord to get more out of it. There's so much in there in these small little variations, and they just work great compositionally. They give character, weight, some sweetness to songs. I love them. I gravitated towards those things when I was first beginning guitar. I would learn a shape and I would move it around, just out of curiosity's sake. Next thing I want to show you is another type of A minor 2 or A minor sus2. This one is really easy, and that's why I'm showing it. These are just chords with depth, with character and color, and they just happen to be fairly easy to play. All right, this one, you're going to take your third finger and come all the way to the 7th fret of the 4th string, which is an A. And then you're going to take your first finger and you're going to put it on the C note, which is the 5th fret of the G string, 3rd string. The other two are going to be played open. All right, so those two will be left open. The result will be this. And then I'm going to add the open A. Very simple chord. The difficulty here is really going to be just not cutting off the open B and the open E. All right, just watch the back of that first finger. That's where the open B string will catch. Like that. All right, step 2 with this chord is exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. We're going to add this time. We don't need to subtract, though we could. In fact, that sounds great. Yeah, give that a whack. I like that. All right. What I'm going to do is add my pinky to the B note. So that would be a repeat of the open B, which is out of tune. Sorry about that glare. Love that. I think that's just really beautiful. Now you have to figure out where you're going to put it in a song, because it definitely has its own character, right? It's just very nice. Now, I could take my pinky and really move it around. There are no right or wrong answers here. I'm not going to tell you where it sounds best. I just want you to plop fingers down and experiment, discover for yourself, and then, if you need to know what it is theoretically, look it up later. Don't look at that part of it now. Adding my pinky. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, except add my pinky on the string above, on the B string, 7th fret. All right, play around with that. Let your ear get used to it. See if that's something that you like and you can use. A next step would be taking the pinky and putting it up a fret. That's an A minor 7. Very nice. that's the same as this. What I love about the guitar is we have several different places we can play things. If I'm not feeling really like motivated to practice, then I will take something exactly like this as a warm-up to really sort of get me in a relaxed state, to get me in a creative mindset and a sense of discovery. But more than anything, I'm thinking melodically. I'm thinking colors almost. Melody, where is it going? Where are these blocks of colors moving to? Just by adding and removing, we get a wealth of other chords, and you will see many teachers mentioning this. This is why if you know one chord, you know how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get the picture. You can add and remove things with the same root note, and it's still the same sort of center of activity, but you're adding things to it or you're removing things from it. All right, I'm going to give you one more shape. This is a fun one. Again, this all centers around pedaling the open A. Just keep that in mind. Okay. This one, you're going to put your third finger on the C, your middle finger on the E, and your pinky on the A. And that's the 10th fret of the B string. Yes, you could voice it like this or finger it like that. That's just fine. Learn both. I have a free pinky. I can move around and find some other notes. So I'm kind of giving you a peek into how I saw the guitar before I really started, before I was even an intermediate player. Because I didn't have a great deal of knowledge, I had to make up things to play on the guitar. And I think we all do find ourselves doing that. And you need to. Just, I beg of you, if you're not improvising or just making stuff up, please do. It'd be really important. You know, try to come up with your own compositions, your own songs, no matter what your level is. See if any of these ideas help spark, a breakthrough or help you get over a rut, or if anything, put you into an interesting state of mind. I think a lot of these have colors and moods, certainly moods. Again, I think of things very cinematically for some reason. When I close my eyes, I see colors kind of swirling into one another depending upon the chord. That's why I love doing this. But it's really important to not think about what we're doing, to really not fall back on any theory or anything. Closing the eyes and plopping the hands down. We need to do more of that. But for beginners, you can take some of the chords that you know already and just move them around and find areas where you think they sound good. So it'll be part of ear training as well. So be fearless. Play it anywhere you want to. Move fast, move slow, play a ballad, make it into a rhythm exercise. Have fun with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I hope there were some helpful things in there for you to work on or to add to your playing. If anything, I want it to be sort of a recreational activity that does not take away from what you're working on already. It's just simply you're done practicing and now you just need some playtime. I suppose you could think of it that way. This is recess. But recess that is still getting your hands time on the instrument and is still building technique. That's what I love about doing these exercises is, again, it's just as valid as doing any other form of practice, whether you're doing scales, arpeggios, reading music, playing songs, what have you. I think this is a really important process, the creative process, the turn the brain off and just play. Well, thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. I greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to support the channel, you can join me here on YouTube or on Patreon. The links are below in the description. All my best to you, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.